521. I hope everybody is having a great start to week 7. Some of you may have today off, some of you may not, depending on how your district does the President's Days. And so if you have today off, I hope you're enjoying it like I am. And if you don't, I hope you're having a great day at work today. Before I get into week 7, just want to talk a little bit about week 6, the discussion posts. I feel like I say this every week. We're really robust. Keep up that interaction on the discussion boards. That's really a big part of your program. So keep it up. And there was a lot of great sharing of links and resources, and there's a lot of power in that. So keep sharing from week to week when it's appropriate. I did this morning go through real quick and just look at the presentations. I didn't grade them. I just went through them very quickly, and I'm excited to spend some time and really get into them, which I will take the next couple days for me to do that. But from what I saw, it looked like a lot of great information that you guys could definitely go into week 7 discussion posts 2, where you're sharing those and beg, borrow, and steal from each other, and really you can use information from each other's now. Since it's now an assignment and it's turned in, now you can continue to make it better and better. But let's jump into week 7. Week 7 and 8, we're only a couple weeks away from being done with this course. Start with a quote: "All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us." And that's from Tolkien's The Fellowship of the Ring. And one of my all-time top 5, probably top 3 quotes, because we're all given the same amount of minutes every day. And some people maximize those minutes and some people don't. And so when we decide what we do with our own time, we can do great things. And that's the same for our students as well. So this week, shifting gears a little bit, and there's some content on the ethical concerns for access to assistive technology tools for different subgroups. So, your EL learners and your students with disabilities or IEPs or 504s, your low SES, that sort of thing. And so that's a little bit of a shift just on the topic. Then we also look at lessons with UDL in mind and assistive technology tools. And then how early literacy plays a part in the use of AT tools and creating a portfolio that you can have to give and show students so they know what options they have when it comes to assistive technology tools. As far as content, not reading anything new if you've already read chapters 10 and 11, but kind of reviewing those. And then there's 5 videos, and they range from 2 to 10 minutes. So not a ton of new content this week. The discussion board questions, I will pop back into those in a minute. So these are what to do for this week. You have your DQ 1 and 2, and 2 is just putting the link to your assistive tools, which a lot of you have already done. And remember, though, you're still commenting on those. And then your assignment 6 3-day lesson plan is due this week, which you started a couple weeks ago working on. If you need to see the instructions of the rubric, they're right there. And then looking forward to next week, the last week, there's only one discussion question. It's a reflection. And then your e-portfolio. So that's the big one. And remember, those are due on Friday. And so your initial response for your discussion question is Wednesday because of the date switching around for the last week. So here is the week 7 weekly look. Your learning outcomes and your topics for the week. If you're feeling a little bogged down and overwhelmed, it's always good to pop into the message and just, spend 15 minutes kind of quieting yourself and going through that. And I think it really does help. So here's all the videos. You can watch them right here in the window, but they're very small. So if you just click on the YouTube, it's going to open them in a new window and it'll be full screen. Your discussion board questions, once again, your e-portfolio and your assignment 6, all the information is here as well as in the announcement as usual. So discussion 1, so you pick one of the 2 topics. So you don't have to speak on both of them, but you either find and discuss 2 technology tools for supporting development of early communication and early literacy skills, which I know going back to last week in week 5's discussion board post, a lot of you already have some tools around early literacy and development of communication, because I know you guys have mentioned those. Or you can talk about topic 2, which is in what ways could you use assistive technology tools to promote collaboration fluency? And so name at least 3 tools and how you would use them. So that's for discussion post 1. Discussion post 2, which a lot of you already posted, is put the link to your presentation. Remember, make it so where anyone can view it. and then go through and pick a couple classmates, look at their presentations, and give feedback. And so this is kind of to help you process what kind of feedback to give. So you still need 2 responses. This will count as your initial post, and then you still have 2 responses you need to do. Assignment due this week. And I know you guys have started on this a couple weeks ago. We put it out there, but you're doing a 3-day lesson plan that you're developing that has not only UDL principles, but also assistive technology tools, and going through here in substantial detail about the lessons for each day. Essentially, someone could walk in and be able to teach your class. Then you were supposed to have taught it. So if you haven't done that yet, you have a couple days to do that this week. Hopefully you can fit that in your schedule. Include rubrics for the assessment, pictures, screenshots of work samples, assistive technology tools of the students you identified, and then you're going to reflect over that. Now remember, one thing with some of these assignments that have multiple pieces where it's a table or even images in it, your written part should always be APA, meaning it should follow APA formatting with the double paragraphs double spaced paragraphs, indentation, works, our reference pages, and all that kind of good stuff. So if you need help with APA formatting, you can always shoot me an email. But there's this thing called Google where you literally just type APA help, and there's Purdue is a big one, but this apastyle.org is a good one as well if you are really struggling with that. Here is the rubric. So it will be graded on the rubric within the grading area. And so make sure you fully understand, what we're looking for. I haven't got any questions up until this point. So I'm assuming that everybody is good and has already looked through that, but look through it again if you need to. And then finally, the big one, end of next week, the e-portfolio is due on Friday of next week. And, there's a lot of moving pieces in there. But this should be stuff that you've been doing throughout the week and inputting into your Google site portfolio. And then the rubric is really, really big. And so it spans a few pages. I have had a few questions of those, and I've tried to answer them as I get them from you guys. So if you're putting that together, please just reach out to me. So that is week 7, and looking forward to week 8 even. I hope everybody has a great week. And once again, for those of you that have today off, I hope you're enjoying your time with your family.